Hello, hello, humans. Good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, back with yet another spectacular stream. And whether you're watching live, whether you're watching the VOD, whether you're chatting or lurking, you are all welcome here. And I hope that this stream will bring a little more color to your day. Welcome, welcome to the show, everyone. It is now 9:06 p.m. on Saturday, October 12, 2024. That time check was brought to you by yours truly. And I hope that you are all doing well on this Saturday evening. We do have our early birds, Selen, Reeker, Cool Beans, thank you for the shout outs, and Milus. And speaking of which, yes, Milus is actually one of the guests for our podcast today, along with my good friend, Ren Connect. So, for those of you who are not aware, I actually had my very first episode of the new Color Surfer Convos podcast, which is now available on YouTube and on Spotify. So if you have not yet seen that, go ahead and check out the pinned message at the top. We do have the playlist for the podcast on YouTube and the channel on Spotify. I will be releasing a new podcast episode every week, every Wednesday at 9 a.m. GMT plus 8. And that is going to include things such as just very short solo podcast snippets where I talk about my life and my experiences as a content creator and a VTuber. And we will also be having interviews. So I will be interviewing as many of my fellow content creators and VTubers as possible. So I would like to thank Milus and Ren for gracing me with their presence for today. So let's go ahead and bring them into the call so that at least we could get ourselves acclimated before we get into the actual show. Okay, boys, can you go ahead and speak up, please? Yes. Hello, everybody. These are my boys. These are my best friends from the Undertones. We have Milus.
Hi, Serjay. Thank you for having me here.
He doesn't sound like that. We had to shrink him for the purposes of this show. And we have Ren Connect.
Oh my gosh! How I've seen the light. Are we out of the dungeon, Milus? Wait, huh? I can
so.
breathe.
Shrunken goodness.
Oh my goodness! Hey, Serjay. Hey, everyone! It's me, Ren, and me and Milus. we're out of the prison, or I don't know.
Oh my god! There's going to be so much happening after this one. You will not believe it, bros. You will not believe it.
Thank you for having us here in your personal room, Serjay.
Yeah.
Just please loosen the chains on my ankle.
We don't talk about that. That doesn't exist.
Can we have more food as well, please?
No. You're not.
Man.
Stop complaining. I'm treating you good.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
That's not the real Disperder.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
List of topics to the top.
Yeah, but in any case, we're not yet at the formal part of the podcast anyway. But yes, these are my two friends from the Undertones, Milus and Ren. And we've been together for quite a while. More details will be coming when we actually begin the podcast. So this is something that I've been wanting to try for a while. So thank you to the two of them for volunteering to be my very first guests. And what's going to happen? Let's just have some mood music. It'll be out of the final edit anyway.
Okay,
what was it? Not that kind, Milus. It's a little too early for that now.
Okay, later.
What?
Okay. Anyway,
Excuse me?
shh, don't worry about it, Ren. Don't worry about it.
You didn't get those privileges, Ren? Oh, I'm just kidding.
Sure.
Sorry.
All right. So yes, this is just like the warming up and getting into things. And what's going to happen for the benefit of the audience is that we will be entering podcast mode in a bit. So what that means is that you're still free to comment and leave any questions, but I will be focusing on Milas and Ren for like the next hour. And after we're done with, and once I think we're done with the interview, then we can go back and then we can read all of the comments. And if you have any questions or things that you would like to share to Milas and Ren, then you can go ahead and then we'll go ahead and read through that as well. So hopefully that way it'll be a little bit clearer why we may not, like why we may go back to your feedback later on in the stream. Shift. I said shift. What the heck, Serjay? It's a weekend. My God.
Adulting stuff. Am I right?
Adulting is so difficult. My goodness. But in any,
Yeah.
well, that's just how it's gonna be. But anyway, appreciate all of you for tuning in. Again, this is going to be a more regular segment of my streams. So if you want to go ahead and if you haven't done so already, make sure to follow me on Twitch and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because you can find the Color Surfer Convos podcast there, and it's also available on Spotify and on other podcast distribution channels like Amazon, Castbox, and and other places. Yes. Okay, so we should be good now. Let's go ahead and put it on podcast mode. So again, what this means is that we're going to be reading chat a little later on. So we'll just focus on you two. You are the focus of today. So let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, podcast mode then.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Warm up. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'll start with a greeting. Hello, humans. Good to see you all once again. It is your favorite color surfing DJ, Serjay Svek, and this is another episode of the Color Surfer Convos. And today we're going to be joined by my two friends from the Undertones. We have Milas and Ren Connect. Say hello, boys.
Hey, man. Thanks for having us.
Oh, yep. Thank you for having us and for inviting us as well.
That is a pleasure, and thank you too for being my very first guests here on the Color Surfer Convos. And I hope that we'll have a very, very interesting conversation as as everyone will finally get to know who you all are, since you've been with me for a very, very long time. Okay, so
Very long time.
very long time, like you wouldn't
Yep.
believe. Yeah, if a lot of people might be wondering like who these guys are, especially on Twitter, because I always like, if you see my username, I always put like Serjay Svek
Yeah.
Undertones. Yeah,
You call us a lot. You call us out a lot. I mean, you always give us. You always mention us a lot.
that is true. You gotta support your boys. You know what I mean? You gotta show them some love. And but people might be a bit more curious about how everything started, since we go way, way back. So why don't you tell us like how we met?
All three of us, or one by one?
One by one. Let's start with Milas.
Okay, I think everyone knows this story already. You can help me out, Sergey.
Okay.
Because you're better at the story. But I think we were in high school. Was it third year? Right?
First
Or in the
year.
same section.
Oh, in the in the
Sorry.
same first year, yes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's right. And we were during our first day, we were having our cleaning day, as an orientation, friends, and I just wanted to I just wanted to go look for the comfort room, and I saw this nice, neat, and demanding looking guy. And I asked him, "Excuse me, in my own in our own language as in Hiligaynon, where's the comfort room? Where's the CR?" And he says, "It's down there, downstairs. Can't you see the sign?" Boomingly, and I was I was surprised with his accent. First time I've heard a very strong and very imposing accent, and I was it kind of made me scared. That's that's when I met him for the first time.
You were scared of me? Really?
I was just asking where it is, and the way you say it's like you hurt my feelings.
Oh no. I feel awful now, my goodness. But yes, but eventually we were able to turn it around. We became a lot closer thanks to those gaming magazines he used to bring to school a lot. Remember those?
Yeah. PSM, was it?
Yeah, it was
Edition magazine.
PSM. Yeah, back then that was. I remember I borrowed it because they were talking about Soul Calibur 2 at the time,
Yeah.
or 3. Yeah, that you can tell how old we are now.
So I think they discontinued that PSM.
Oh, they did. Oh, that sucks.
No. I think. I don't know.
Okay. Oh, we think that sucks. All right. So thanks again. Thank you, Milas, for that one. Now let's talk about you, Ren. How did you and I meet?
I think it was during the time that I believe it was around high school days as well. Me and Milas. If I have to segue into me and Milas first.
Yeah.
it-
You could start with that.
we met.
Mhm.
Yeah, we met during elementary, and I there were like about 4 sections of us, and then I was in a different section than him. Although I can see even from far away that Milos is the type of person who you could approach. He's definitely taller than me, and I see him more of a gentle brother, or the classic gentle giant type of thing.
We never became classmates, right?
We never actually became
Yeah.
classmates at all.
Yeah, we never.
That's
Yeah.
how surprised we both were. But there was one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, go on. Go on. Yeah.
Okay. I think what caught my attention was that I was just standing outside of my classroom, just getting some fresh air, because classes is classes. Will always be classes for everyone. I believe that you and I think it's just you and somebody from afar, or just mainly you, Milos. You approached me, and then the very first question and it's the very first thing that stuck into my mind, even until today. It's like the very first question that you asked me that introduced both you and me is that, do you have a PlayStation 2? And then from there on, we just clicked, and then we were talking a lot, and then during break time, we get a chance to have a conversation with each other.
During those times, gaming was the only thing in my mind.
That
In our
connected
minds.
us. Yeah,
Yeah.
it connected us. Hey, Ren Connect.
Yeah. Oh, the lore.
It's all full circle, baby.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Okay.
So
yeah.
So from there, we were talking about games, and we were able to just visit each other's places, play games, and then as time goes by, we went into different high schools. And then when we were having some high school events together, I was able to see Milos again, and that's when we were able to be introduced there, Serjay. So it started with Milos, and then we were all able to be connected with each other. So
Where did we connect with Ren? Was it in my house?
Yeah, it was in your house. You invited Ren one time to Ren to your house while we were playing games, because we used to. Milus's house eventually became like our national hangout, because
I was gonna say that. It's a tambayan. It's a class tambayan for during our high school and during my high school and college days. Like tambayan because it's very close to our school.
Yes.
So it's a nice place to hang out. We have games. We watch movies.
Then until college, I'd say.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's true. We used to hang out at his house, or at least I used to hang out in his house almost every day during summer vacation when I would visit. And my mom and mother Svek eventually kept saying, "Serjay, please stop doing that. You know, you might be bothering the family. It's like you're staying there every day."
Oh, she did say that. She did say that.
She was concerned, yes, because it felt
It's
like I was
fine.
imposing. Mhm.
It was always open for friends. I've always open. I mean, my family was they didn't mind. They kind of seemed happy when my friends.
Oh,
Then
that's
again, as a grown man, looking back, I kind of feel bad for my family because maybe I was too complacent. Man, come in, that's my house. Mika, su casa. Not even my house, but I didn't even pay for it. Now that I'm a big, now that I'm an adult, I know the woes of uninvited guests or the spot guests.
yes, I understand what you mean now.
But my family are, they're they're okay. They trust me and my friends,
That's good.
so they're fine with that.
That's good. Also, Ren, I think maybe we could talk about this, but
Yeah.
there's actually like a hidden lore behind how you and I apparently met. So even before high school, if you
Know
recall,
this?
you remember when we were kids, actually. So without spoiling like or giving away like way too many details, our parents knew each other from way back when, and they were invited to events together, or they would whenever they would be like in a party or something like that. Apparently, you and I, Ren, we already knew each other from back then. I don't really remember those times, but I remember playing with some of the kids, and my parents said, "Oh, that's that Ren Connect is so and so's kid. I remember that. You used to play with him a lot back in the day." And then I was like, "Oh wow, this is like that kind of anime childhood friendship kind of thing."
Yeah, a brother and all. Because our places are actually near to each other.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
even
yes. Mm.
yeah.
Oh my.
Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, the Visayas area where we stayed, it was really coincidental that we lived together until you had your big move to somewhere in the Luzon area, I believe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That it was and we only found out like not too long before I left that oh right, you were not very too far from my house.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my
Uh,
gosh.
it reminds me of the fact that there was a time that it was kind of late when we were going home back to our district,
Yeah.
and there was a time that there were no jeepneys or public jeepneys, and we were like,
Mhm.
okay, let's stick together and walk or fast walk all our way back to a place where we could at least find whatever jeep is available.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we were riding a jeep going back to our district. Then after that, uh, I think I think just to wrap things before you say anything is that we made it to like civilization where there are a lot of people, so we don't feel anxious and all. So the next thing you know is that I think there was one moment that caught my attention that I still won't forget is the fact that while we were riding the jeep, we were about to stop. We were about to make our stop, but then as the jeep moved through, there was a barbecue place. So the smoke was in the way. So both of us, we were closing our eyes and smelling the barbecue there. I was like, "Yep, that's a brother," because we love food a lot. The smell was amazing. If you remember that time.
Oh yes, I do. Those were some very interesting times, and yeah, it was. We had a very interesting run in with all of those. Again, friends reuniting after so long, and then we've been closer ever since, especially in college, and eventually, and especially during the time of the COVID pandemic when we were like spending a lot of time on call on Discord and everything, and especially through our content creator journeys. And just so, in case people were not aware, Milas over here is actually our VTuber single parent.
I didn't even know they called me a parent.
Apparently, if we use the terminology, so
Yeah.
yeah, so Milas is both our artist and our GIF rigger. I have another artist and modeler now, but I will always shout out the fact that Milas took care of my original model, the one with the rainbow jacket, and also for Ren, as you can see here, he is animating Ren's model as well, and pretty much Milas gave us like a VTuber starter pack, because he gave us a model, he gave us our transitions, our backgrounds, as you could see here. This was made by Milas, and movies and stuff. So, Milas, like, what inspired you to give us that support when Ren and I were starting out as VTubers and streamers?
Yeah, of course, I see the passion in your eyes. I know it's sounding cliche, but during that time where everyone was a bit down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you guys were trying new things, like me. During that time, I was trying new artworks. I was doing a lot of more artworks during the pandemic, and you guys, like you wanted to venture in YouTubing, and I really appreciate that. I've always wanted you to be a DJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're doing a podcast. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Ren, he's been gaming his entire life, so why not translate that into showing everyone else what he's playing. And I wanted to help wanted to help both of you. Because I also have that as an artist. I also have that kind of a perfectionist in me. I wanted you to be presentable when you become VTubers. So I wanted to make the graphics, your avatars. I even offered that myself sometimes because I just wanted you to look good when you debut. That's one of the inspirations to the why I did that.
Thank you, Milas. Milas is really apparent now, right, Ren? Wants to
Yep.
make us look
Right.
good. You are not gonna stream in that.
I'm a parent.
But Dad, I just want to use a basic webcam. No, you're not.
You wear it. No, you wear
No, you're-
this, and you have that. They have that backdrop. You go there, and you have that purple background.
And
But
yeah.
yeah, in short, just I wanted to support you. Besides being my best friends, I take art seriously. I do the best I can to make it look cool in your transitions and everything. I offer um, suggestions and take your suggestions as well.
Mm-hmm.
In doing those. Yeah.
And we thank you for that. Your feedback is always greatly appreciated in us trying to do our work. So
Yeah.
thank you, Milas,
You're
for
welcome.
making this a possibility, and for bringing us to life. Yes.
You're already alive.
Yeah, but aliver as a VTuber, bro. But
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying you want to say something first?
No.
Mhm.
Oh, it's okay. I was just gonna say, and and I always take it into account that it's evolving. So changes will always happen. It will keep progressing. The way you look, your graphics look. So
Mhm.
it's a never ending cycle. And whenever you need me, I'll always be happy to help.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so that's for Milas. So, like, for you, Ren, what
Yes.
since like what Milas says, you've been gaming for all your life, but what finally made you decide to take the plunge into streaming and VTubing in the first place?
Let's see now. At first, I was trying to. Well, it's kind of complicated because like the need for some company when you play games it feels like you just want somebody to watch with you, or even just somebody just be some kind of like a background noise. So when I started streaming a few times, I was so quiet. I was trying to find a topic or a way to talk while I'm playing at the same time. It's very hard. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone went through that. I agree. Even you agree there, Milos. So I even saw one of my first vids of me trying to. Somebody requested me to do a level in Splatoon 2. That's a game that I usually play back then as well. I tried to say or try to do it properly and all. It was okay, but then I was like, this was me before. But as time goes by, I learned how to improve myself, and then I realized that hey, I wanted to entertain people or be somebody's background noise. So it's like as if though we're in the same room or the same place. You get to watch me play while you do your work, you do your projects, and if you need to converse with me, I'm here to have a nice chat because I love a good conversation. Small talk is really not for me because my my attitude, or you could say my aura, is more of like let's have a nice and deep conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And time goes by, yada yada yada. I met Serjay and Milos. We met, me, Milos, and Serjay. We met again through Discord, especially during the pandemic. We were thinking, yeah, we've never been so lucky in our lives that we've been blessed with the internet, that we're able to share and talk it out to help support each other, especially during these hard times. And eventually, I think that Sergey was able to start streaming, and it even inspired me to also start streaming a bit more. And here we are, talking like we're talking to people in the stream, and of course, talking to each other as well.
All right. So thank you very much for that, Ren. I greatly appreciate it. And it has been quite the journey for the past 4 years. You as well were 4 years. Yeah, we were both 4 years. We were both pandemic VTubers. I think a lot of the VTubers that are coming in or still on the scene right now had their start in the middle of the pandemic, because well, we didn't have much else to do if when we were stuck at home, so we might as well have gotten to work on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right? It's already 4 years. Dang.
Yeah, it's been 4
Yeah.
years.
yeah. So if I may add as well, Sergey, the other question about the VTuber part is that, well, it started, of course, with of course the ever Kizuna Ai, and then we started watching other VTubers, and then eventually we were thinking of getting our own models. And in my case, I wanted to just get like a PNG model, something like I don't want to spend too much. In all honesty, I really want to support and buy those really high quality rigs and everything, but it's of course it's not cheap, and we don't want to cheap out on artists because we really appreciate artists' work and riggers' work. That's why even now I really respect artists like Milos and the others, because we know they work hard on it, and that's why I wanted to resort to just PNG models for the meantime until I can save up, and maybe we could get get an upgrade, as people would call it. But overall, I'm happy with my model right now. I'm not sure when I'm going to have an upgrade, but still, I was inspired by a lot of people, even you too, Milos and Sergey. That's why I'm happy to be here as well.
And thank you for being part of this. I greatly appreciate both of you for sticking around, because this is a very volatile field, in the sense that we never know how long we can keep this up, especially with how things are getting more normalized now. We're returning back to our work, and some of us don't really have a lot of time to stream anymore or create content. So for those of you, for you two, and for those of us who are still choosing to keep this up, you're doing a great work. and keep it up. As long as you're still loving it, then that's very, very commendable. So thank you.
Yay.
Hey.
Warm and fuzzy feeling.
It's warm, fuzzy feelings. Oh yeah, we've been streaming for 4 years. But what about you, Milas? How long have you been doing art?
I've been streaming for 0 seconds.
Yes, but you've been our guest for a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing art for professionally 12 years. I actually went back and read your notes after saying I didn't read your notes. Okay, so I've been working professionally for 12 years in art and 15 years as a passion project artist.
Mm-hmm.
I separated them because there's always a difference with a professional and just your own passion outputs where you're just working without without instruction. You're just doing your own things. There's a big difference, and most of that feeling I felt during the pandemic. That's why I know it's been a lot. It's been a heck of a time for everyone else, but I think I'm one of those people who kind of translated it into something good as well. My artworks. Yeah. So I've been working. I'm actually okay sharing this. I've been working in a kids channel, and ever since I've stayed there. I do kiddie art, so that's why it kind of translated with my art for these two, kind of cartoony.
Yes. And that was actually very distinct because I remember, if you recall, Milas, I used to share some of the feedback that some other people in the field have shared. They say they find your art very, very distinct. It's very unique.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Agree.
because I've built this up since I started in college. I know there were times back then people would tend to start working with an anime look or uh, some other art style, prominent art style. But I don't know. Maybe I grew up with Cartoon Network and
Mhm.
Nickelodeon, I guess. So that's why I wanted to do. But besides those influences, I always had that principle or that idea that I want to make my own art style. I want to keep doing something. I want to keep drawing like this, and eventually it will just develop into their very own art style. By the way, if anyone's curious, art styles are very takes years to form. It doesn't appear when when you just start for the first 2 years. It becomes your unique identity over time when you keep drawing and you keep practicing. It just appears, subconsciously, and yeah, that's how it came to be.
And thank you for that, Milas. Yes, it does take a very long time, and as Ren mentioned, we really do have to respect our artists. So that's why everybody, please make sure that you pay your artists on time and in the correct amount, and no AI. That's our stance here in the Color Surfer Station. We don't do AI
No,
here.
yeah, and no AI art. No.
No AI art. No problem.
Mm.
Yeah. No, we rely on the talent and skill of our artists here. So, yeah.
Yeah. If, if I may say something about that as well.
Yes, please.
I mean, if it's about AI, it's really like using a tool, if I may say.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
we're heading to
if
this one. Okay, let's go.
yeah, I think you heard about it. It's like
Yeah.
it's a tool that should be used properly. If
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's like a knife. A knife is a tool that can cut vegetables and cut ingredients, but used in the wrong way can be used to hurt somebody. So please be careful, everyone, when it comes to using both a knife and AI.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. It's good.
Very good analogy.
Yeah.
And also, and yes, We also want to move this conversation in a way, especially since nowadays, Milas, we do recognize that technology is moving in this way that they're trying to automate everything, even including creative processes like like art, for example. So what drives you to continue creating art? In this current landscape.
This current age,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been my life. Not stopping anytime soon because there's automation and you know uh the general gist of AI. I'm not gonna say that I know deep enough the all the details about AI art, but I know that AI art generates artworks images from data sets or from data from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
They take pieces of images from the entire internet and put them all together and generate it randomly into different images. That's how AI works. AI art, AI art works. So it still relies on the human hand. It relies on the passion, human
Mm-hmm.
passion. And I don't know what drives me. I guess is I love it. I love art. I love doing it. Even though I don't know even if there's that looming idea where I'm gonna be out of a job soon or whatever. I, I'm not planning to stop because I love doing it. No, it feels good when I'm doing the strokes. I'm doing colors. I'm doing shading. I'm solving little pieces of problems. It's like a puzzle. You're doing bits of problem solving when you're how to do this, how to do this kind of lighting, how to do shot. It's fun. The process is fun. That's what makes
Mm.
it. That's what AI art doesn't have. The fun of the process, even though it can create surreal, beautiful images that I think a human can't do, but it also can't do stuff. The human strokes, the human touch of it is not present. You can actually feel and see it. Look at the art.
Mm.
So that's one bit. I guess that's an explanation of why I love doing it. The process is it gives me joy
All right.
as a creation.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Milas. That was a beautiful explanation. And
Was
yes,
it?
yes,
Oh,
it is. It
thanks.
really is. Yes,
Great.
right. The fun of being able to create your own work is really at the root of being able to. It's really at the root of expressing yourself when it comes to art.
Maybe when you edit that part, you can add some floating violin music in the background, so it sounds
Yeah.
more heavenly.
So, say it again, Milas, about the fun about it, the fun about creating.
Fun
Yes,
about
the fun about
fun about
creating. Yeah,
creating is
yeah.
the fun about creating is the process. Human touch that is essential. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Oh wait, because the prince,
It became the Little Prince
it is
all
the
of a
heart that
sudden.
one sees truly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. It's invisible to the eye of AI.
Oh,
What?
yes, perfect. I love it.
It's invisible to the AI.
Visible to the AI, smooth criminal.
What? Okay, that was cool.
Anyway, but yes, thank you very much for that, Milus. And for you, Ren, in your case, it's a bit different because you're the content creator. Now that life is beginning to return to normal, quote unquote, how do you choose, or how can you continue to, uh, how do you continue to stream, or what, how and why do you continue to stream despite the fact that everything is getting busier again? We're going, not a lot of people have the time to carve out like before when they're forced to be at home, and they don't have commuting and everything. Like, so long story short, why is it, or why and how do you continue to stream until now?
So it's really a deep question, huh? Right?
We like going deep here.
Okay, okay. I see what you mean. Okay. I stream because I feel like, well, it's in my name. I love to connect to people. I love to have a nice conversation, and sometimes to experience moments in games, like a nice kill streak, a nice puzzle to solve, or somehow enjoy sharing the experience is what I love when it comes to streaming. Because
Mhm.
every time I stream like a story based game and I feel so attached to it, I feel like I really want to share it with people who gets to watch my stream. Even though not so many people watch it, I could at least say that it happened. And it's it's in that moment that brings me joy. It's a double edged sword, if I have to say, because
Mhm.
on one hand, it just increased my backlogs because I cannot just play the long story modes and then after that I cannot. I'll be streaming that until I finished it. So it is what it is. But at the same time, I really want to share the. I still really want to share, and that that's why it's really conflicting. Like for example, the recent game I've been playing, Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I could have finished it in maybe 3 days, like in any other game I did before, because I saw my record for playing the game, and with my level of probably puzzle solving and everything, it took me about 40 plus hours to finish the game 100%. So I could have done it all in 3 days, but then it took me about from the release date of September 26th until just yesterday. So maybe about 2 weeks. Because I've been always been busy with work. When you're trying to balance work and play, it's very difficult because sometimes when you're after work, you arrived home and you figured like, I really want to stream, but I'm so tired and I need to take care of myself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you use money to buy medicine, and then when you use medicine, you don't have any more money, and when there's no money, you can't anymore play games. And when your health is low because of the low money in games, you can't play games. This is how much I
Head-
think.
Heads up, everyone.
Yes.
Hospital stream in the future. Then connect.
No. But yeah, it's really finding the balance, and sometimes it's still sacrifice your sleep and all. But still,
Mhm.
I really take pleasure in sharing the experience as best as I can. Of course, if the game cannot be streamed because it's depending on the genre or the fact that if it's from the PC, then unfortunately I'll have to experience the game by myself and all that. But overall, I believe I answered your question on why I still stream until now.
And
Can I add to that?
yes, go
Oh,
ahead, Milas.
sorry.
No, you go first. Yes.
Uh,
Mhm.
I was gonna add that that trait of Ren has always been since we were kids. He always invites us in his home. He invites friends, and we love sharing those games with other friends. Isn't that isn't that nostalgic for everyone? And it's also a dream, still a dream for everyone. I think to return to those days that want to play games with your friends in person. I know we can play it online these days, but there's- I don't know. Maybe we're oldies. I don't know for the younger
Oh.
generation here. Kat, I hope you've experienced that you played co-op with your friends in person. It's really different. The energy is different.
Yes, it really
So it's
is.
like
Mhm.
sorry man. So it's like when it's like the opposite of work from home. If you want to work from home, it's kind of feel better working from. But if you want to play with friends, it's better in person. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, go Sergey.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. And yeah, it really is a different experience. And also, again, Ren, thank you very much for sharing your reasons for streaming. And yes, how you said that you can't help but want to share your gameplay.
Mhm.
I feel
Yeah.
so validated because I think I think you and I have this feeling now that ever since we became streamers, it's like we can't we can't play a game on our own now because it's like this could be played on stream.
Yeah.
We could be playing this on stream. We could be and stuff like that. And so it causes this weird thing. Like you said, it could have been like 3 weeks for Echoes of Wisdom on
3 days.
3 days,
3 days.
excuse me. But then it became 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
me, if I had to stream my other games, I probably could have done it in like maybe like a few days as well. But if we have to do reading, narrating and everything, then yeah, it's gonna take a heck of a long time in comparison to do that. But you know what? It's it's fun, like you said, being able to share the experience with everybody. Sharing is caring. Mm-hmm.
Well, and to add that, it actually builds us. I actually built a strategy when it comes to streaming what needs to be streamed and not stream what needs to be streamed. Like for example, there are times in a story-based game that there's so much reading and dialogue that you're like,
Yeah.
I think this can be skipped. In other words, like for example, when I stream Tears of the Kingdom, Milos was usually watching my stream and all. Because I understand you cannot watch my stream spoilers for you because you were all streaming that game. One strategy is that as long as I do the optional quests and optional temples and do everything optional that are not based on the story, I don't need to stream it. I can do it on my own time, and I was able to make a lot of progress and build my character up. So by the time I'm overly prepared for the main quest, I was thinking, wait a minute, why does it take one hit to kill them? I mean, you get the gist of it. It's like I stream only the main story parts, but the side stories, you could just put it upstream if you don't have the time economy for that. At least you find balance when you could just have the game all to yourself, and there are times wherein in the main story parts you could share the experience. So yes, it's really like I keep on saying, finding the right balance.
That-
But
Mhm.
can I expand on that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna on the same topic. I'm gonna dish this out to Serjay. So example, you mentioned Ren. You played that with Zelda, right?
Yeah.
That strategy. What about other games that are very unpredictable? Like yeah, for Serjay, like Red Dead. Because I know there are random counters, and
Mm.
the random encounters are actually pretty cool. So I don't know. Do you feel that as well? That sometimes I could have streamed this, sayang. Or sometimes there are scenes that you didn't expect that they're so good that you could have streamed this, but you've already played. You decided to continue playing it alone. So have you ever encountered that, Sergey? Or Ren, if you want to answer that.
We'll let Ren answer that first.
Yeah. About that, Ren.
Hmm. Well, it's like I said, double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're doing the
Yeah, I
side
understand.
quest, you missed some parts, and I'm like, I could have streamed this, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it can be helped. It kind of encourages other people to. Well, I guess this is like free advertisement for the publisher and for the producer, like Nintendo. It's like, I mean, that means you have to buy the game and experience it, have a different experience yourself as time goes by.
Or what we could do, as I could suggest, is that you could,
Mhm.
whenever you play your game, you always turn on OBS, and then you press the record button, so you can upload it to YouTube later on.
Yeah. So that's the strategy. You have to record your entire game.
Right. So
that's
go on.
an investment. That's an investment.
I mean, we already have the resources to stream, so we might as well just record. At least that way we can have someone will be able to see the gameplay, and then you'll be like, "Oh yeah, did you know that I played this offline? If you want to see it, go ahead and check it out." That sort of thing.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah, I always say that to everyone who is a VTuber and streamer, that please have a YouTube channel to restore your VODs, please. Okay, don't rely on
backup.
Twitch, because after a week it's gonna be gone. So find a way to export your VODs, put it on YouTube or whatever video hosting site. So it'll be easier. So we'll be able to follow your journey together. Because yes, Milos, going back to your question, yes, there were times like in Red Dead. That's why I stopped playing Red Dead offline, because I know there were like events that just happen out of nowhere. And it's not like in Zelda where it's like, oh, I talk to this person, then a quest starts. Sometimes I just run into a person on the road and then a quest starts, and I wasn't even planning to. So yeah, that's why it's best to really have like your record button ready if you're not planning to stream.
It's like Skyrim. Sometimes you get random encounters, and
Yeah.
now I'm down this rabbit hole, then and it's a chain of sub quests.
Or the time that
open road RPGs.
yeah,
That is true.
or there was a time that on stream. This was caught on stream though. I think Serjay got caught. And in Legend of when Serjay was playing Legend of Zelda, he got caught by a Lionel.
Ah, yes, I remember that. Those huge, monstrous things, and I was like, "Well, I wasn't prepared for this. Like, guess I'll die, or guess I'll just teleport like 2 seconds away." Thank you, Zelda.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something that I think we all need to be more mindful of. That sharing the experience is a lot better. And this episode was actually supposed to be recorded privately and then just uploaded on Spotify and YouTube. By the way, check out the pin message if you want to check out the podcast. Wink, wink. But I decided, you know what? We might as well have this one streamed, so at least people know of its existence, and they can go ask questions and feedback from the hosts after we're done with podcast mode. So that's where we are. And also, I want to, since we mentioned that before, I know we've been through this for a while now. We've been doing this for a while, I mean. But what are some of your proudest achievements in your content creation journey? So let's start. Oh, Milos has a reaction. You go first.
No. You could go, Ren. I've been going first for.
Oh yeah, Ren, you go first this time.
One of my biggest achievements.
Yep.
Well,
or maybe the biggest, I guess. Or yeah, what do you consider the biggest?
I'm not sure though. I guess one of the biggest is being a host of a Splatoon tourney. Well, not an organizer, but hosting. Like me and Serjay, we were hosting the incoming Splatoon online event, and then I was like, okay, I have my stream set, and I was guided by Meds and the other Splatoon PH peeps. So I was given the assets, I was able to organize it, and and me being somebody who organized events like cosplay and gaming events in real life, I have an idea on what it means to entertain guests and entertain an audience. Like avoid dead air, make sure that everyone is accounted for, and in the end, we were able to make it successful. I did also prepare and make sure nothing gets nothing terrible happens. That's why Serjay did the talking, I did the technical stuff. So it was a good teamwork. So it's not only just me, but I actually shared that glory with Serjay. And you know what? I'll even extend it to Milos and say we use his assets and he's part of the glory now.
Yes,
but
he
go
was.
on, Serjay.
Yes, he was actually. And
you guys were genuinely happy doing the when you were doing this commentating.
Yeah,
it's nice to see.
It was definitely something fun. I remember that stream, Ren, when we worked together on that one. And yes, for those who don't know, Ren and I bonded together, especially during when I used to play Splatoon a lot more frequently. And we are part of the larger Splatoon Philippines community. So there are meetups that are being held every once in a while, and where they play games together, and then their tournaments are streamed. to a larger audience. And a couple of times, Ren and I served as commentators on those live events when he's available. And yeah, that's one time. Sometimes if they can't do like face-to-face events, they do have online events such as this. So that's where we are at that moment. So something like that. And thank you for sharing, Ren. What about for you, Milas? What are some of your greatest What is your greatest achievement so far in your content creation journey?
I'm just gonna go back earlier. I'm gonna say this first. One of my greatest achievements are your, when you build up your uh, personalities or your identities as VTubers. That's one, and I'm proud of you guys as well. So just mentioning that again. But so far, yes. Remember I mentioned before that there's two sides to working art. There's a professional and there's the personal artwork. Yeah. I'm going back to the pandemic, and there was a time where for the pandemic, when I was since I was a college student until I guess 2020, uh, I've always worked on artworks, but personal artworks, but they kind of span months, right? It's kind of long for one single artwork. They kind of span months because sometimes I don't have the I don't get the inspiration, or I don't know, I still didn't get my style. Or I was still kind of a frustrated artist. I'm still not. I always felt that I wasn't really good with my craft. I didn't get what I imagined in my head. But I had that time. I had that free time during the pandemic, and I think that was I had this little project called Small Concepts. I know you guys are familiar with this because I've been posting artworks around twice a month, right?
Mm.
So during that time, 2020 to 2023, or yeah, and last year. So I kind of stand working on 40 artworks during that time. So it was I think those 3 years are my most inspired moments. You can check my artworks there in my art galleries. And you that's when I kind of realized that I can actually do it fast. I can actually do it more. I developed my skill. I improved myself. So kind of gave me confidence moving forward from where I am now. And I'm not doing them regularly these days because I've been busy with professional artworks. But yeah, I think that's one of my greatest moments or projects that I've done. It's called Small Concepts.
Small Concepts, yes. And thank you. Yes, those were really amazing artworks. How you were able to create as many as those, and as of such high quality that I think we can talk about this, Milos. No,
Yeah.
that you were also recognized not only on the internet but in real life. I think we can talk about that, right?
Real life. I'm not sure if I'm that much recognized. It's just a few things here and there. Not really famous or anything.
Not necessarily
What do you
famous,
mean?
but at
What do you
least
mean
people
recognized?
recognized your work when it comes
Yeah, I
to.
guess the close family and all. Yeah, they kind of notice it on Facebook. I've been posting it everywhere. Posting it in groups. I've been posting it in ArtStation, DeviantArt. I had my DeviantArt for a long time. Everywhere. I've been posting it. I made a Twitter just for the artwork.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. I remember it took you a while for us to convince you to get to Twitter, but yes, we when you finally did, we were able to get it, and you were also recognized and given awards for it, if I recall.
Well,
Remember?
just a few awards, I guess. I think the most prominent award body that we could take note for this is Graphica Manila. So I've been sent. It's just I wasn't invited as a speaker. I just kept sending my artworks for to be included in their art book. Their art book is something they give us souvenirs every year when they have their event. So I think at how many times? 6 to 7 times, I guess. They've chosen my artwork.
S-
They're there since
Six,
2018 and
hmm,
until last year, I think.
6 or 7 times featured. Let's go.
Yeah.
Also, Ren, for you, when it comes to
Yes.
your achievements, yes, you've been in and around with the Splatoon competitive scene for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Ren is part of a prominent Philippine Splatoon team that has competed with, I think, mostly Southeast Asia, Oceania region, right, Ren?
Yep.
Right, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, before, but lately I haven't been playing much competitively lately because I've been very busy and my other teammates are all busy. So, we're all
Mm-hmm.
adults trying to get by with trying to get things done. But overall, we still want to play, or rather, we're just playing to have fun. I mean, that's the main gist of video games. We
Yeah.
just want to have fun, spend some time with everyone, and that's usually it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think you deserve the props. I'm not gonna. It's not downplay your skill level, man. I think you're one of the best players in
Thank
the
you.
Splatoon Philippine community.
Hmm.
I should know when it comes to how you used to perform when I used to get hype, and then when I would commentate those spots. Those were amazing, really.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think I think it got recorded. The one of the soda. You remember that one?
which one is the soda? Sorry.
When I visited the Luzon region after quite some time, there was a tourney,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that I was playing with the team that I got assigned to, and then I throw in the soda. He cheered for me, and then after that I got 3 splats. I got 3 people.
Oh yes, yes, I remember that. You got a triple. You got a triple kill with that. My goodness.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my,
was it was it was still good though.
that's true. But again, like you said, life sometimes gets in the way. Work gets in the way. But we keep on trying. We keep on trucking. So, what is next for you in your content creator journey? Like, what are you do you have anything planned? Do you have any? Have you planning to are you looking forward to anything? That sort of thing. So let's start with Ren. What's next for you?
Um, well, in all honesty, I am mostly just trying to finish up my backlogs and just sharing my game and all. But aside from that, let's see. Not in pa- Not in particular, more of like just continuing what I'm doing. But although I am trying to find a breakthrough with trying to balance more of my work life balance, because things have been a bit difficult recently. So I've been streaming erratically, but I've been trying to make something happen. So like what the three of us have been discussing, one day at a time.
Mm-hmm. One day at a time, indeed.
Day at a time.
One day at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
What about for you, Milos? What's next for you on your journey?
Right now, it's kind of what's the thing that you're referring to as the next thing is kind of happening. Right now, I'm actually focusing on my professional artwork. Um, I'm also doing artwork for something big, I guess. I hopefully it's something big. It's a 3D kids show for YouTube, but it's under production, so I'm doing that. I think I'm proud of it as well. But I think my target eventually is to get back to personal projects because I've been too busy with professional work, and uh, I miss doing personal artworks. There's a big difference when you're doing your own thing. I think that's the next target. Going back to it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Very, 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 very good point. And I hope you do get to those personal arts. But since you've been along in your art journey and in your content creation journey for a very long time now, so I just want this before we end the before let me rephrase before we end this episode. I want to ask, since you've both been along your journey for a very long time now. What would you like to share, or what would you like to say to those who are just starting out as content creators? What advice could you give them? So, Milos, you go first.
So deep. I don't think it's I'm gonna say something, but it doesn't work for everyone. But hopefully it does. Uh, and in my point of view as an artist, if you're looking forward to creating more art, in first things first, you gotta love your art. You gotta be passionate about it. It's cliche, but that's it. You have to love doing it, and always give time for personal work. Uh, you can actually build your repertoire or your skill level through everyday work. But when you're doing passion projects, you actually discover new things that you haven't done. You tend to experiment more. It gives you time to conceptualize or be creative. At your own pace. As at work, you have a deadline. You have a goal. You have instructions. You have to do this and that. Um, if if you happen to find work that is actually your passion as well, that's and good for you. That's actually amazing. But everyone else, it's usually two sides of it. So give yourself some time. Give your personal work some time. Uh, Promise, it will keep the fire burning for your art, for your love of it. I think that's my uh, biggest advice for artists.
All right. Thank you for that, Milos. And what about for you, Ren, as a streamer? What is your advice to those who are interested in starting?
Well, it's more of like, um, well, from my perspective, every time I stream and all, I think the best guidance I could give is that when you stream and when you play a game with other and showing off yourself, you have to at least enjoy it, because what's the use of doing anything that you're doing if you don't enjoy it and you're just doing it as if though it feels like it's like a chore to do. If you don't feel like streaming, then don't push it. If you feel like streaming and sharing your experience, by all means, go for it. But of course, whichever works for you, and at the very least, prioritize and taking care of yourself first, and in terms of making yourself more not only presentable, but keeping you aware that sometimes streaming is a very healthy thing to do, because it helps you express yourself, and other people would actually consider it therapy. So take it as it is. You have to find the balance, as I keep on saying.
And those are very, 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 very good points, Ren. I appreciate you bringing that up, because it really is true that we have to find that balance and find the fun in it, because that's the only way that you could really enjoy what you do. It's not fun. If it's not fun, then why keep doing it, right? So,
Yeah.
very good points, and I appreciate you saying that. And yeah, I think that's what we could do for now. Again, uh, and this is only the formal part. We're gonna continue. We're gonna continue with chatting after the break.
There's a break.
Yeah, we have an ad break, bro. We need to accommodate the ad break. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Okay.
anyway, I'll wrap up this episode. So. Thank you once again. Thank you once again to Ren and Milos for all of the Thank you once again, Ren and Milos, for being my very first guests on the Color Surfer Convos. I appreciate you spending time with me and sharing your stories and your input. It really meant a lot that you were here to support. Any last words before we close out this episode?
Mm. Oh, should I go first?
I I can say something.
All right, go on.
Don't forget hydrate everyone. The most common thing you can say there. Hydrate, take it easy. No need to rush everything. Take it at your own pace and be good to others. Take care of yourself as well.
And for you, Ren?
A good thing to say. Let's see. Oh, the best thing I could say right now is that always do your best, and no matter what, you guys always matter.
Yes, you guys always matter because you take up space and you have weight. You are matter. Just kidding. but
Okay.
But in all seriousness, thank you both again for being part of the stream. And if you have not done so yet, I do have a telonym. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask me or my guests in the future, if you have any feedback, then go ahead and leave a question there anonymously. But make sure to include the hashtag AskSvek. And that's it for today's episode of the Color Surfer Convos. I hope that we brought a little more color to your day. Again, this is Serjay, along with Milas and Ren, saying, you take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning. Bye now!
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Okay, so that is the end of the podcast mode.
Good.
Yeah, we can...
A wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap for the podcast episode. Let's go, boys!
It's your bad work
Yay.
right now.
Yay. We're still live, right?
Yeah, we're still live. We're still live.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can still... But we can be unhinged now. Yeah, we don't need to be formal.
Wait,
You're
what?
so fake, guys. Should have said that in episodes.
Yeah, I don't know. But, this could be bonus content. I'm just saying, This
Nice
was...
talk.
Yeah, it was.
It is a very nice talk. I'd say as well.
Indeed. So let's go ahead and go through with the chat. So now we can finally acknowledge people. So yes,
Hi, everyone. I'm acknowledging them earlier. I've been typing.
you have been. I've noticed. So thank you
Not
for
much.
that. And by the way, I just want to mention that we do have more people coming in. So we do have Great Skies. Thank you very much for the follow, Great Skies, and for the message. And Aki, hello, saying yahoo, yahoo to you. And what's this? Cool Beans earlier mentioned Bad Boy Serjay arc when we were talking about how we met in high school. Milas.
Yeah, he had the pompadour. And he kind of stepped on my foot or whatever.
Please note that's an
Dang.
exaggeration. I did not do that.
He was a bully.
I'm
He said, "Oi,
oi 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 yeah.
oi, oi."
No, I wasn't
Oh my
really
gosh.
I wasn't that like that. Nah, I wasn't like Yankee delinquent, my goodness. I had my hormones growing up, right, Regina? It's different, okay? I had my bad I have for those of you who don't know, I have a very bad temper. Okay, I'm just very good at hiding it. But
I remember that. Yeah, but I
yes,
think you've controlled it recently.
recently, you just said recently.
I mean, and of course, when we were kids, we had a hard time, I think, controlling our temper. I think we're more.
Okay, to be fair, yes, I used to. All right, I will acknowledge that I wasn't the best when it came to controlling my temper. I used to get very angry at the teachers a lot. So there's that. You were
Yeah.
you
I
were
remember
witness to
that.
that,
He was-
Milas.
Yeah. Kind of feeling the tension, and
Yeah.
you had a shouting match, or not really a shouting match, but you're raising your voice,
Raising my
or
voice.
arguing with teachers.
Yes, I had that phase, but I've mostly grown out of it. Depends on who you are and
Was
if I
it-
like you.
It was a smart ass back then.
I still
Better now.
I still am now, but I'm trying not to be too much of one, I suppose. So there's that. Also, we have others, and then it seems like since we're talking about school, I see it was mentioned here. DJ Serjay Svek looks like he is in between his parents. Okay, chat. I like you to all see we have Mother Svek and Father Svek here. Actually, this is them. Say hello, guys.
What?
Are you talking about us?
Yeah, you're my parents apparently.
Okay.
My husband, Ren.
Oh my god.
You know what? Because you're saying that, I'm gonna be turning you away. I'm gonna be facing you away from the screen, like from me.
Break this purple boy who became bigger than us.
Oh no! Okay. Don't you turn your back on me, Mom. Face me when you argue.
You do that on purpose. Why did you push me, baby?
Why did you push me, baby?
What? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
When all the formalities just thrown away.
That is true.
Please let me look at your hand.
Oh, but
Am I doing this one?
I don't
voice?
know.
I hate it.
You don't have to do the voice, bro. But what I was just gonna say is that we actually had to flip Milus's model around so that he could face me. But this is how he actually looks with the open left eye and the closed right eye. But we had to flip him around so that he could face me upon his request. But bro, I've been wondering, you can open both eyes, right?
Yeah, well, back when you know, we didn't give birth to you yet. when you got out when you got out of my tummy, you actually punched me in the eye, and I never was able to open it again.
Oh, that explains a lot. Okay.
The
Yep.
lore, everyone.
That's the lore. I punched him in the eye. Oh my goodness. Serjay was a rebel way back in the day. And for you, Ren, yeah, people already know about my model and everything, you know, how I was inspired by Splatoon and how I became very colorful and all that. But what about for you? You know, for those who are watching via audio, I'll try to describe that Ren has hair that also looks a bit like tentacles and also has the scarf, which I kind of copied in my new model. And also he has a mask that is very similar to a certain Phantom Thief as well.
Yep.
So what made you choose that design for your own GIF model? Because before you were just a Splatoon squid. So what made you decide on this one now?
I'll be very frank with that question there, because when it comes to finding my own identity and trying to find what best suits me when it comes to my model, I really have no direction nor an inspiration when it comes to these things.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, I really had no idea what to be, so I just wing it and just say, "Oh, let's do this and let's do that." And then as we go on through the design, I was really doubting on how I look and how I am right now. I mean, in all honesty, I'm not saying Milos didn't do a good job. It's just me just being very indecisive. I know Milos did his best, and it really is a very good model right now. But I was thinking of probably upgrading and redesigning it, like making it a bit more simple. Because the way I see, what way I learned from Milos is that sometimes when you have a model, simplicity is what matters. If you have a more simple design, something that characterizes you as you, then yeah, you could be able to find an identity that can really suit you. Like for example, I'm a Phantom Thief like person, but then I realize I love playing games that are like puzzle based, or maybe I love flying. I love flying and driving a lot. Not really like Need for Speed, like it's like, you know, playing spaceships, playing being somebody behind the scenes or being a backline.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe in the future my model could be made into a pilot, or something like somebody who's a ranger or something. But you get the idea. Like it's very indecisive right now on who I want to be and how I want to be. But still, Milos, I hope I'm not offending you or anything. I'm just saying that
No.
I even until now, I really don't know about myself on how I want to present myself in the VTuber space and all.
Fine, it's fine. I actually think you should I think it's better when you said you simplify. I think that you chibify your character later on. Because
Mm.
the character I made actually right now is kind of close to it's kind of a bit close to anime and
Mm,
the character's design is not entirely my character design. It's I think it's
ah, yeah, that's true.
yeah. So I
Maybe.
just kind of colored it. I just colored it and animated it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Well, maybe one day I'll just see what I can do
Yeah.
to improve it when I have the
My
time. Because right now I'm procrastinating and because of so
my
many things happening
recommendation
around me.
actually. It's my recommendation in the future. If you want to simplify it, why not you make yourself more you make yourself chibier.
make cute
A
kawaii.
chibi.
Yes.
I don't know
Oh
if
no.
everyone the chat agrees with that. You could say that's a cool idea.
I'd like to see that. That would be an interesting
Hmm.
take on the Ren model. And we got Aki here saying, I can relate. I'm a bit indecisive. I can't decide. I keep on looking from left to right. Left to right.
Oh.
Or if we could do that for Milas over here. Milas over here. We're going
Flip me.
from... Yes, you want me to flip you? From side to side. Side to side.
Push me again.
I'm you have your like your office chair with the wheels and I'm just spinning it around. That's like the best kind of office chair.
Okay. Flip it again. Flip it left and right.
You're making it so hard, bro. They don't have hotkeys for this. Okay, there we go. I flip you one
I
more
wanna
time.
spin.
And then okay, fine, we'll do it again. Yeah, there we go. Are you happy? Are you happy now? Mother? VTuber mom? Okay.
Right.
All right, there we go. Thanks a lot. But and then yeah, there it's I remember when I was actually planning to change my model into this current one. With I was actually very scared, Milas. When I was
The new one?
yeah, this current one over here.
Why?
Yeah, because I was because we worked together on our
Sure.
old model and I was like Milas, is it okay if I
After all we've been through.
Yes.
You were worried. They were worried about shifting it to a different one because they're straying away from my original.
Yes, I was
Fine.
I was scared.
Problem. You know what? Good artists respect other artists and respect the clients. I don't mind because you're a VTuber and eventually, as I mentioned earlier, uh, there's always room na you guys are gonna have evolve your designs. So it's not gonna stick to just solely me, right? Because I know I'm busy these days and I won't be able to do your future artworks for the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you don't have to be scared. I always kept reassuring you guys na it's fine, it's fine.
Okay.
And yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm happier seeing you guys, trying something new, changing up things, uh, improving stuff, that and all.
Aw, that
It's
makes
pretty cool.
me feel happy. Thank you. I feel at peace, Ren. I'm at peace, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I have to add as well, I think it's about just because of my indecisiveness on who I want to be, it really made me research about what it feels like for to do character design, to do drawings and everything. I haven't
Yeah,
started drawing at all, but I do have more respect to people who draw and work hard on their projects because seeing the hard work and the patience that the amount of patience that you need to have, I cannot. I don't think I can because I'm trying to understand how
Uh,
to use even just GIMP. It's like the
Mm,
other version. It's like another way of using Photoshop or something, but it's a different way. So, it is a challenge to do
Thank you.
these things.
Can I recommend something here for you, Brand?
Yeah.
Let's say you have a free future design and you have an artist working on that.
Mhm.
Till now, you can decide, right?
Yeah.
Give them the reign to decide for you. To decide
Oh,
the design. you know, you have
Mm.
to be open to those designs because uh, you have to be open to them. So because you don't know what you want your design to be, so why not give them free creative freedom to
Ah.
creatively make your own design? Just I don't know, but are you if that's the case, are you still gonna give quotes, the details and stuff?
Yeah, I
No?
could give them an idea. At least they can work it out from there.
Yeah, I mean, just give them something, let them make it, because that's not your forte. If you're having a hard time,
Yeah.
let the artist do it because the artist's forte is that to conceptualize.
Yeah, I can see it clearly there.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you don't have to what we say in work. You don't have to micromanage it.
Ah, yeah.
Just let it be and see
It's
what
like
the outcome is.
yeah, it's like an interview question. It's like, "So what are your weaknesses?" "Hmm, I tend not to microman," something like that, right?
Uh, I think you can just give a general gist. Like, let's say for a future artist, say, hey, artist, can you make me a chibi character? The pilot, I guess, and
Hmm. Yeah.
whatever you want. Yeah, I know it's best to give details when an artist because an artist needs that for your
Hmm.
character. But if you're genuinely having a hard time, you really can't think of anything. Just let them design your character. Let them see where it takes you.
You see where it goes, no?
So that's the risk lang you have. You know, I don't know if you're gonna love the output. Depends on you. It will depend on you.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I need to discover more of myself, so maybe that's why I need to go on an adventure or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find inspiration when you're outside your comfort zone or somewhere out, not home, or somewhere away from
Different.
your routine, as they say.
Yeah, yeah.
We gotta touch grass, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Grass?
agree there.
Like grass? Oh, they have inspiration. That reminds me of Captain Price. Ghillie suit, perhaps?
Oh
We are
my
not
gosh, that was
suiting
a nice
up.
mission.
Bro, we are not suiting up just to go outside. Imagine
But you can't
imagine
touch grass.
imagine we have to go to the supermarket to buy groceries and all you see is this huge person in a ghillie suit pushing the cart. How
And you
to
lie down in the and then you lie down in the vegetable section. Buy me.
how to Muppet like you pass inspection? Knife the
Of course.
watermelon.
Complete with British accent.
Oh my god. But anyway, yeah, that's just some weird stuff right there. But yeah, we're looking forward to your evolution as well, Ren, like a Pokemon. You know,
Uh-huh.
we'll see what comes out of that Pokeball. Okay, that sounds very wrong. Okay. When I finally said it, that sounded very wrong. Okay,
Oh
but
dear.
what I'm just trying to say is, yeah, we've been at it for a while. We could always see, you know, how things are going to change and everything and all of that. But yeah, it's good to finally have that opportunity with you all to see how things are. And yeah, we're hoping to see even more opportunities with you all when we have future episodes. So again, we're gonna be wrapping up for real now. But before we end, I just want to mention that that we do have my telenym on. So again, if we're not doing interviews, we will or I will be hosting short, probably less than 10-minute episodes where I, talk about various topics, and I might be taking from those topics on my telenym, and you can ask anonymous questions of me, but make sure that you include the hashtag AskSvek. So I will prioritize that and know that it's being sent by a follower. Also, uh, again, the podcast is available on YouTube and on Spotify. Check out the pinned message at the top. And uh, it's available New episodes are coming every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Philippine time. That's GMT plus 8. And that's where we are right now. Again, I would like to thank both Milas and Ren Connect for being my very first interview subjects for this one. And I hope that we could get even more interview subjects in the future. But we will never forget your first.
What?
Pleasure.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Don't think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Yes. Yes, it is. But yeah, that's where we are right now, and I'm really grateful that we were given that opportunity to work together on this. And yeah, we'll be here. Oh yes, for me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I will be part of another collab with Felis Elian. We're going to be continuing our run of the Angels Without what do we call that? Angels Without
Wings.
I'm checking my Google Calendar.
Without Wings.
Angels of Death collab. We're going to be including our continuing our Angels of Death collab, so be sure to follow us there with Felis Elian. And yeah, and we'll be having another interview guest this Sunday, so make sure to go ahead and check it out. I will be sharing the details in a while. So thank you once again, both of you, for being part of that. Let's go ahead and find out who we can raid for today.
Yay!
Yay! We raid
Ren.
in...
And can you give me some of your pizza, please?
Yeah, please.
You want some coffee, Ren?
No,
I'm waiting.
I'm a tea person.
How dare you? After all these
Yeah.
years, why?
Huh?
Why?
What kind of question is that? Let him be.
No, I have to know, bro.
I get acid attacks. Okay, I'm sorry.
He doesn't want to be Emperor Palpatine. Leave him be.
What? Okay.
Let him stay in the Jedi side.
I suppose. But okay, we found our person that we're going to be raiding for today. So we'll be raiding Frankie Bunny, who is playing some Valorant, Horrorant, actually. So here is the raid message as well. So again, thank you once again, everybody, for being part of the stream and for another episode of the Color Surfer podcast. And I hope that it brought you a little more color to your day. So again, my name is Serjay, saying you take care, always stay safe, and keep the world turning. Bye now. Salamat, Svek. Love y'all. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.